snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage here, loading snacks. Hashtag ICYMI, which just in case you missed it, which happens to be last week's news. Without any further ado, let's do.
Number 1.
Killer Instinct Season 3 has released with returning characters Kim Woo and Tusk, and adds in special characters Rash from Battletoads and the Arbiter from Halo. So, I am thoroughly impressed with the way that Killer Instinct is transitioning from season to season. The original release, giving you the option to say, you know what, I just want to buy one character, but I can basically play the full game. I can play against anybody I want to. And then if I like another character, I can buy that character, like really being able to do a piecemeal and allowing it to coexist over the years since its initial release. I just think it's really smart. So I'm thoroughly impressed with the way that Killer Instinct has just continued to progress over the years, allowing them to do seasons, starting out by allowing you to piecemeal your options. I like this character, or I think I like this character. I'm gonna pick this character and I'm gonna play with this character, and I can play the whole game if I want to, or I can buy a couple of characters, or I can buy the whole thing. I think it's a really, really smart way to do something like a fighting game. I would really love to see others kind of take that same approach, even if it's not specifically a fighting game. It could be a side-scrolling brawler or something like that, and you don't want all the characters, why should you have to buy all the characters? I just think it's really smart. I'm very eager to see how they handle the next 4 characters as they release them in Season 3, and have high expectations for Season 4.
Number 2.
Marvel's Deadpool continues to break records. This time, it's taken the top spot for the highest grossing R-rated film of all time, with $745 million in earnings worldwide, beating out The Matrix Reloaded, which topped out at $742 million. Can't say enough about Deadpool. Just the right time, the right people, the right film done the right way. It is leaving a mark, not just in comic books and comic book film, but in cinema history, period. And that's a really big deal. And as a comic book geek, I love it. I love what it's doing to the industry. I love that it's taking what Hollywood studios see as tradition and turning it on its head. A movie that comes out in February, Valentine's weekend of all, can't be this successful, shouldn't be this successful. A comic book movie shouldn't be this successful, can't be this successful. A rated R movie can't be this successful, shouldn't be this successful, and just breaks all of that down, meaning we have so much more that we'll see, and with all of what's coming out this year, it's only gonna get better. Only gonna get better. So kudos to Deadpool. And shout out to Fox, cause y'all were failing me until, yeah, good job. Good job.
Number 3.
DC Comics, riding high on the success of Batman vs. Superman's opening weekend, held their Rebirth reveal event at WonderCon. While we learned tons of information on changes coming to the DC Universe, what stood out most was hearing that we will finally find out the Joker's real name. So, you excited about that, Sin?
Yes!
I know you are. It's your favorite villain. I mean, that makes sense. That's a big deal. Joker's been around for a long time, and there's always been this back and forth, and you know, we've actually heard Batman's origin story retold time and time again. It changes up a little here and there. The basics of it remain the same, but how tied in and how intricate the Joker is to Batman and who he is as a character is so relevant. And so a few months back, we actually found out that Batman actually got the opportunity to basically be a god, and he asked that question. He wanted to know, what was the Joker's real name? Who was he? And he found out, but we didn't find out. And now we're going to get to find out. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. Soon as we know, we'll tell you. But trust me, that's the kind of news won't just be here. It's going to be on all your big regular local TV, radio, and it's going to be a big deal. Just keep your eyes peeled. We'll be all over it. Right, Sin?
Damn straight.
My man.
Number 4.
Two Worlds 2 developers, Reality Pump Studios, announced that 2 new pieces of DLC are coming to the game later this year. Yep. The game that came out in 2010 is getting 2 new story updates and 8 new multiplayer maps. I'm perplexed. I don't even... I'm going to say that Two Worlds 2 was mediocre at best. Sin?
Agreed.
Mediocre at best. Like, I'm going to say, like, it was scoring like 6s maybe. Something around there. I owned it. I tried to play it. I tried to like it. It was, I'm not sure. I don't know. Somebody must be playing it. Somebody's playing this? Somebody must be playing it because that's a lot of effort. But the game is 6 years old. Why are you doing this now? Why 8 new multiplayer maps? 2 new pieces of story. Hold on. Coop. Have you ever heard of Two Worlds 2?
I have not.
See? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why is this happening?
Number 5.
Batman vs. Superman had a phenomenal opening weekend, grossing over $170 million domestically, despite being almost completely panned by critics. Audiences did not agree, and they showed it. I thought the film was It was okay. It's worth watching. Wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad. Critics seem to feel like it was bad. I guess I'm not a critic. I don't think the film was bad. Still, people wanted to see it and they went and saw it. It's a good weekend to do it. It's Easter weekend. Maybe that's what did it. Regardless, it's doing well. And I think it's going to continue to do well. I think the Chinese domestic opening was like $21 million or something like that. I don't even know why they matter to them. So, Superman don't even matter to me. He matter to you?
Absolutely.
He matter to you? Okay. Superman matter to you? Hold tight. My man Jerry Gaylord. Superman matters to you. Love and respect. I appreciate it. Don't matter to me though. So, listen, I am so glad that everybody had a chance to go out and see it. I bought like 5 tickets, so I helped contribute to that. And I think it's going to continue to break box office records. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks. There's nothing else coming out. Nothing else to knock it off. So it ought to keep doing well. Unless it turns out the critics were right. Cool, were the critics right?
Slightly.
You changed your mind. You don't even count no more. 5 to a 6.5. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been hashtag ICYMI. I'm Gage. You can follow me all over social media, but you can't follow me by looking for Gage. You got to follow Empty Shells. It's MTSHELLZ. And do us a favor, make sure you follow at Loading Snacks across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please, all the above. Just search us. You'll find us. Drop us a comment. Let us know how you feel. Tell me what you think. And tell us what you want to hear us talk about. I think that's it. Kay, is that it?
Podcast.
I'm out. No? Podcast. Guess where you can find that? Say it.
On Instagram, on iTunes and Stitcher.
Now available on iTunes and Stitcher. Yeah, real talk. You guys can find us, our podcast, on iTunes and on Stitcher, and really anywhere else you go to get your podcast. We always post it to our Facebook page. So please, by all means, make sure you go, you download, you like, you share, and drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. With that, I'm out. Toodles and lose.
This episode of Loading Snacks has been brought to you by Socialize Wednesdays, each and every Wednesday at Touche. And Creative Hands Multimedia. Pictures, movies, music is what we do. Touche Savada Entertainment and DJ Casper present a special birthday bash edition of Socialize Wednesdays at Touche. We got food, games, and happy hour from 5 to 10. Spinning all vinyl with the usual suspects, DJ Casper, DJ Liquor Shop, DJ Rob Love, and Kev Knight. Featuring the birthday boy himself, DJ Chuck B. That's Socialize Wednesdays each and every Wednesday at Touche, 1123 8th Street Northeast. For more information, call 202-399-1123.
What's going on, Loaded Snacks family? Did y'all miss me? Because I missed y'all. Sitting here with a quick little bit of anime news for y'all. So, we just got the word that Full Metal Alchemist will be getting a live action feature 2017 next year. Now, it is not done by the USA, so as of right now, thank you. But personally, me, I'm looking forward to see Edward, Alphonse, Roy Mustang, the Seven Deadly Sins, all of them come to life on the big screen. I can't wait for it. Tell me what you think about it. Hit me in the comments down below. Also, Weekly Shonen Jump just announced that on April 4th, that One Piece will be starting its Versus 4 Emperor's arc. Now, that excites me, one, because that finally means that the Dressrosa arc is coming to an end. We're just taking so long to get there, and for me, I can finally start watching it and enjoying it and looking forward to the Versus the Emperor's arc. Anybody who knows what that means knows how big this next arc is going to be, and I'm looking forward to see it in anime fashion. And last but not least, after a very long hiatus, D. Gray Man is coming back to television, and I am so excited about that. I believe it's coming back this summer. It had its initial run through 2006 to 2008, 103 episodes if I remember correctly, which I think I am. I can't wait. It's going to be called D. Gray Man Hollow. Now, they haven't announced whether it's going to just pick back up where it left off and keep going, or it's going to be a retelling or something of that lines, but as soon as I know about it, y'all will know about it. And with that, that's been the anime news for this week. I'm Sin. Cool. Welcome, Lonely Snacks Nation. This is Sin here along with my homie,
Coop.
and we got a snack bite left over for you. Now, if you wonder why he said his name the way he just did, it's because he wasn't here when we had to try Lester Fixin's baking soda. So, Coop,
I thought I escaped this.
you thought you did, but apparently what we go through, you got to go through as well, brother.
As well.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this bacon soda?
I don't like this man's face. He looks like he shouldn't be trusted.
I'm gonna tell you something. He shouldn't. He should not.
This is gonna be so bad. Oh gosh. I'm shaking. I can't even get the...
So I think now it shows that you might want to be here when we're trying these snacks. So you have to do it by yourself. Yeah. I just want to catch another whiff. Oh yeah. Enjoy that. What's it smell like?
It smells like bacon, which is cool, but it's in liquid form.
Nah, it smells like, I think Gage hit it best, that imitation Bacos. Like when you crack open and take over that seal off the top of it.
It smells like the person who can't cook bacon in your house made bacon in the house.
Yeah, I kicked that person out of my house. You can't cook bacon. You gotta get put out.
I love you guys.
Go again.
Nothing should taste like this. Nothing. This tastes like, okay. I don't know if you ever left bacon in the microwave for like over a night or two, right? It's happened a few times. And then you try to heat it up again. Then you heat it up for too long, and then you eat that bacon. This is what it tastes like. I'm talking to you, Kendall. This tastes bad.
That bad, huh?
This tastes... Y'all get your fixins.
Oh yeah, get your fixins.
Y-E-R. Get your fixins.
Oh yeah. You don't want to take another sip? Yeah. Good chug, yeah. Wait. Yeah! Yes, sir!
I'm done now.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Now you know what that means, right? That means I'm gonna have to go find the other two flavors you did not get to try.
Which was what
And
again?
peanut butter and jelly. And buffalo wing. and they were done by Mr. Lexter Fixins himself. Lester. Yeah.
You Lester.
Yeah! Yeah! That is me. That is Coop. We are Loaded Snacks and we are out.
Do you want more snacks? Check out the Loaded Snacks podcast, Snacking and Hanging, now available on iTunes and Stitcher. If that's not enough, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Loading Snacks. Do you like snacks? Do you like movies? Do you like games? Well, get ready. Check out Loading Snacks every Tuesday at 9:30 on www.riptvlive.com.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? You know what? What it do, snackettes and snackers? Let's do
That's
ladies
cool.
first.
Okay,
What it do, snackettes and snackers?
Ladies first.
Don't overdo it, we might get sued. So, listen, so we had a conversation once already about Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Sin, you were not included at the time.
No, I wasn't.
New Joker was here.
Right.
We did two. We had one that was spoiler free, one that wasn't.
I hadn't seen it yet, so.
Right.
Right.
This will have spoilers, but we're not really here to discuss the movie per se and whether it's good or whether it's bad. We've already decided it's not that good. Like, it's okay, but we're here to discuss what they might need to do to fix not just this film, but what might help them be successful with
The future.
yeah.
Okay.
Here's where I am. Full disclosure, we're not Superman fans. Are you a Superman fan?
No, not really.
Okay. We're not Superman
You know,
fans.
it's like he didn't ask that question.
Correct.
I don't think I'm allowed to be one sitting beside Sin
Right,
anyway.
Absolutely not. Right?
No, I'm not no Superman.
Not me.
Just elbow shots. Range ribs.
Part of the reason, personally, why I'm not a Superman fan is just because he's too powerful. I just think he's got every power in the book, and it's overkill, right? And I find him less interesting.
I understand that.
Sort of because of that, I think. But in trying to, inherently, I think that the issue with doing a Superman film, you run into the same issue that you run into trying to do a good Superman game, in that he's too powerful. So what enemies do you fight? Who does he come against? Like, who are the little regular dudes that you deal
A
with?
bunch of armored Batmans just walking
I'm
around.
about to say, right. We just showed he can't be Batman.
Dang. So inherently, I feel like the issue with doing a Superman movie is the same thing you run into trying to do a good Superman game, which is he's too powerful. Who does he fight? Right? Who do you put him up against? Man of Steel started with General Zod and his trio, whatever.
Right.
Beings who are essentially as powerful as Superman is.
Right.
But then you have to go to beings. I mean, you got to do
Not
the
of this
dark
world.
side.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to go way further out to pull people in to bang with them.
Yeah, and I think it will be, of course, too much to do with people not knowing who most of Superman's villains are in the first place. So.
I mean, there are a lot of people who do. I mean, there are obviously a lot of
Yeah.
comic book fans who love Superman. But
I don't think that's a problem. I think that's where they're starting to go
Right.
with some of these heroes that we've seen their time, like Superman, Batman, stories told time and time again. We're seeing the same villains over and over again. It's time to, like, the stories have developed over these years. There's so many other people now that started reaching a little bit.
I mean, I think that, you know, with Batman, because he's human and he doesn't have powers, one, he's easier to relate to. And the villains that he deals with are ones who are more or less simply lunatics
Right.
or really smart. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's about outsmarting them, or they're both. Like, they're,
Yeah, right.
That's they're all
Smart
both,
lunatics.
right? Lunatics. So I came to the realization that I think the best Superman game I've ever played was Injustice. And I feel like that's the story that would be best suited to the big screen for Superman.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
For those who don't know, can you explain Injustice?
Yeah. Injustice is basically the Joker decides that Batman keeps getting over on me. I'm tired of messing with him. I'm gonna mess with Superman. So he tricks Superman into thinking that Lois Lane, who's pregnant with his child at the time, is Doomsday. So Superman does what he does, kills Doomsday, which is Lois Lane. And being pissed off, he comes back and kills the Joker. And since then, he has gone the way we would like to see Superman kind of go, just a little bit over the edge with it. And martial law, I'm Superman. What I say goes. If you don't listen to me, you die. End of story.
Yeah.
Batman goes underground, kind of grabs other heroes and maybe a couple villains who feel the same way. And it's this underground militia with Batman at the helm trying to stop Superman and his regime.
Right.
Pretty much.
And basically, I mean, even other heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's get down or lay down.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's either with me or against me.
Yeah.
And if you're against me, I'm Superman. What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna shut you down.
Yeah.
And he
No pussyfooting around.
He shuts folks down. Now, I do understand that most people want to see Superman as a hero, and that it would be difficult, probably for a lot of people, a lot of fans, to see him doing what he thinks technically is right. This injustice that is justice for him is, you know what? Man can't handle it. I got this.
Right.
It's gonna be peaceful because I said so. There won't be fighting. There's no war. There's no nothing. But nobody's happy.
Right.
I don't care that you're not happy. You're peaceful.
You're safe. Right.
Right. And yes, there's this underground thing with Batman coming up, but keep in mind that in order to stop Superman, they had to get Superman.
Exactly.
They had to get a Superman from a different universe.
When the whole time element comes into play, where they have to pull some of them from an alternate timeline, including Superman, to come in and help us put down this Superman that we got here.
Yeah. It is a very interesting story.
It is.
2, it really does show you the full dynamic of Superman, how powerful he is, without him necessarily having to do things to show you. Clearly he is when everybody else just falls in line. Every other hero, Wonder Woman, who really can bang with Superman, like
Absolutely.
Wonder Woman, Shazam, Flash,
Aquaman.
Green Lantern, Aquaman. Well, he fought like he didn't want to, but eventually it was like, I kind of got to do.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting story.
I think you're right. It's great that they'll be able to show it while actually showing him in combat.
Right.
Just how the atmosphere, everybody around him. Like we see that in every Batman movie.
Right.
Like, everybody's terrified. Like, oh God, it's the Bat. I ain't going upstairs.
Right.
No,
right.
he's still
right.
upstairs. I ain't going up there.
Right. Right.
Like you'll be able to see that on the Superman level.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it gives a good show of the rest of the Justice League as well too. You know, because even with the movies that they have coming out, it's kind of hard to explain their characters the way that these DC movies are actually going too. It's kind of just out of whack, you know. For this movie to be called The Dawn of Justice, and then to have these other movies to be standalone, it almost seems backwards to me personally.
I mean, it's backwards compared to the way Marvel did it. In that Marvel introduced you to individual characters first, and then gave you a reason for them to have to come together. They found a big enough threat, right?
Right. This one they're kind of giving you the Trinity up front.
Right.
And then they're working to go get everybody, then have their threat. Like, yes, it's different in their film.
Yeah.
Which as a whole is probably my biggest issue with this movie, is that this movie, I don't think the movie's bad, but I do think that when you have your 3 most popular, heaviest hitters in one film together, it should have been more epic than it was. It just didn't, like, I didn't come out of the theater going, I gotta tell everybody to go see this film. I didn't feel like that at all. I felt way more about like Ant-Man that way than I do about this. And I think part of what they're missing is the dynamic that you have to have in a Superman, in a Man of Steel. Truthfully, I think Batman is relatively down to a science, although I don't necessarily agree with everything they did with him in this. But again, the story's been told a bunch of times. Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. It doesn't even matter who plays Bruce Wayne. It really doesn't. It really doesn't, because they never spend enough time focusing on Bruce Wayne and who he is for it to be relevant. Anybody could be Bruce Wayne. It's not you too black, but anybody could be Bruce Wayne. But the best thing they did, in my opinion, with Batman in this was they made his voice a thing that was done by microphone and not him trying to sound like he was threatening, which always ends up getting made fun of. That was cool. Whatever, Wonder Woman was fine. I had no issues with Wonder Woman. It is what it is. I don't think most people will. She don't have any movies. But the two of them have stuff, you know what I mean, to go against, and you have the old like Wonder Woman show, but I think that for because it's kind of like, where do you go from here? Can you do another Superman, a standalone Superman movie? Can you do another one? Do us a favor and tell us what you think. Let us know in the comments below. Shoot us an email.
Drop us a comment.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit a like.
I like it. Okay, we
Dislike
good?
if you like.
Are we good, Kay?
Wrap it up.
Kay, I don't know. Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Toodles and loos.